Speaking of pop culture, I have a question.
Yep.
Because it's that time of the year. You have Rush going on, fraternities
Yes.
and sororities.
God, can we stop it with the songs or the dances, the sorority dances?
No.
Oh my God.
My TikTok is
Oh.
back.
Oh my God.
So
yeah, I'm sure you'll love it.
this will be another move in Lincoln where don't move into Phi-Sci. So I kind of, because I was watching the car to make sure it didn't get a ticket.
Yeah.
Where Phi-Sci is located in Lincoln, it's just surrounded by sorority houses. So I had an interest in watching what they were doing.
You're taking a gander?
Because I was on the TikTok and I was watching them make TikToks. Okay. And I was like, I got to see this ritual. Okay. There's an abundance of them. They're all dressed up, all the young ladies in Lincoln.
Yeah.
And they're doing the dances on the lawn and whatever else they do. I have no idea. But you can't be oblivious to it. You can't be like,
yeah, you got to watch it, right?
Right
there. They're putting on a show.
Okay.
It'd be rude not
It's a
to
full
watch.
production.
Yeah.
So Bama Rush is the big one.
Mhm.
Okay. It's just off the chains. But we're just starting because I think this is a big week in the Rush world.
Yeah, the week before is always. This is where you've done your research before you get onto campus, and you've been contacting these people. Yeah, and then you get down here, and there a lot of the people who are back on campus right now are preparing for Rush.
So your TikTok has a lot of videos, people dancing in front of their sorority house. I would like to know how sororities decide who gets to be front and center in these videos.
Oh, it's got to be if you danced in high school, right? I will admit because
they all dance. They're all like these videos are. Hey, I would think about joining a sorority.
No, you. Well, first off, you can't. Okay,
that's true.
You cannot. You physically can't.
Could I be a house dad?
Yes, you can. I'm sure. I mean, I know
you
that.
Probably get a sweet room all to yourself.
My buddies who were in fraternities, they're like, yeah, we just had like an older guy, like he'd just kind of take care of the house and he'd make us food and like, made sure if anyone was drunk, he would pick them up and he would make sure they get to their room.
So Chuck, part of Phi-Sci,
yeah,
they had their house dad last year was like a single, he was like 40 years old, still trying to figure things out. And, he did some cooking.
Yeah.
Not as much as like, got guys in that house took care of themselves, but he just made sure that, the lights were on, things were locked, nothing got stolen, just kind of look over. He had a pretty good gig.
I was about to say,
he was like a super chill dude. Yeah. He was trying to, really had to figure out what he wanted to do in life. Just
I imagine free housing, no rent, nothing like that.
Good dude. He was like a 40-year-old house dad. And I'm like, all right, I could, hey, make me a little bit younger, hanging out with the 20-year-olds.
I was going to say, were you like, you taking applications? You need a partner?
I could be running that poker room at some fraternity houses.
Well, that's illegal. Isn't that a gambling scheme?
Yeah, I'm sure like that.
Isn't that literally
the fraternity
there are
houses
laws against
the
that?
fraternity houses that are closer to Harper Schramm Smith, I'm sure do that.
No,
not the ones I'm familiar with.
Did you when the sorority videos were going on, did you walk up and you're like, hey, do you need me to record that? Do you need me to grab the phone at all?
No. I am the normal one. You are the creepy one. I stayed far away. I watched it from afar. I was just trying to figure out, like, I just don't understand that world. Like, they bounced from house to house, and all of a sudden you're singing and you're chanting and you're celebrating, and I have no idea what's going on. And then all of a sudden you're making a TikTok, and I'm like,
You watched idly by as long as you could before going, you know what? I've seen enough. This is how you do it. And then you started break dancing and showing them how it actually
How long were you watching this for?
Well, we're moving in and out.
Okay.
So like you can't, it's like right there on the lawn across the street. And it's like a huge gathering of either young ladies that belong to that sorority or they are trying to, they're going through Rush. I was fascinated by how it works.
Headache.
I wouldn't ever want to be part of a fraternity, but I'm just captivated by the whole process. I don't need to buy my friends.
Do you think that's a big deal when they print out the roster and they put it on the door? Who are the dancers for 2025?
I want to know, like, who do they decide to be up front? Because most of these high level, like I watched one from Ole Miss this morning, and then I watched one from a zoo, and then here comes my Bama Rush. I'm like, they're all really good dancers.
Yeah, I'm sure.
And it's all
I'm sure they're great at dancing.
Oh, they are. Have you not?
I've seen a couple of them.
They're incredible. Like, everybody can dance, and it's so well choreographed. I want to know who gets to be up front.
wonder if it's just like who has the most dance history.
Do you want
You're in the front?
You know what? Netflix should do that. They should do.
Well, they did a HBO Max. Peter and Netflix did a Bama behind the scenes of Bama Rush.
Oh, that's
Oh,
great.
did they really?
No, was it good?
Oh wait, I might have to
Look that up, Peter. I know what I'm watching
well.
tonight. You're kidding me? They did it at SEC any given Saturday, but sorority edition.
Yeah, so I watched it and I was really fired up. Bama Rush. It was 2 years ago.
You know that there are full companies.
Yeah,
that,
on Max.
Yeah, so it was. They kind of did some behind the scenes and undercover things. It did Bama Rush back in 2023 because they followed like 2 freshmen that were starting into a sorority. It did not present a good picture.
Yeah, no, duh. I mean, just in general, Greek life in general.
But I did watch the whole thing. It was nearly 3 hours.
You watched the whole thing.
Gary.
I think there were 2 parts.
Just found it. Looks like it's
no,
about.
No, it wasn't 3 hours.
Bama,
it was
Bama
like
Rush.
2 hours.
Bama Rush Max original 2. It's about an hour 40 minutes.
Okay, all right.
How much dancing? How much TikTok dancing was in that?
No, they didn't.
They just
they had the lead up to when you got accepted.
You know that there are companies that have to make absolute bank by like preparing people to rush. Have you seen that? They're these full like, they pick out their dresses, they pick out like their shoes, what they should wear based on like, and they also base it on like, oh yeah, I had a client last year and she rushed at this sorority. This is what she did. This is what you should do. They give them talking points and whatnot. Like they do coaching for sorority rushes. That's crazy.
Oh, it's a fascinating world. I don't know how great a world it is to some, but some are much better than others.
Is it just frat rushing? You just show up to a barbecue and you just kind of like get along with the dudes?
It's comedic, the disparity of like seriousness and intensity. Yeah. You just go and get a burger and meet guys. And you're like, hey, you're cool.
You're cool.
And then sorority, it's like, you will get here 2 weeks before class starts. You will not contact the outside world. It's insane.
So people said, were you ever in a fraternity? I'm like, no, but I broke many windows at Sigma Nu.
You did that? You broke the windows at Sig Nu?
Yeah, because we had a snowball fight. And so it was the Nyhards against the frat guys.
There was
made the front page of the Daily Nebraskan. It's pretty awesome.
Wait, you made the front page of
I didn't, but the snowball fight did because there was considerable damage.
How much damage is there from a snowball fight?
Like $4,000 or $5,000.
Were you throwing ice at one another? What the hell? What type of snowball fight was this?
Great aim.
Then it doesn't sound like it if there's a $4,000 to $5,000 worth of damage.
There was windows broken. There was like a fight. It started as a fight, and then it just escalated.
So it was the opposite of Buddy the Elf. It was, in that one, it was a fight. It turned snowball fight.
It was on the front page of the DN the next day. It was pretty exciting.
That's crazy. That's pretty awesome. That's awesome. I'll give it to you. That's awesome. Still barbaric that there was $4,000 in damage in snowball fights.
There were like quite a few.
I've been in many snowball fights with $0 of damage.
There was like apparently, I was told this, that a stained glass window was broken at the Sigma Nu place. Haha. Jokes on Sigma Nu, they're not even open anymore.
No, there's a big old possum. There's in that house. There's a video of that, dude.
What would happen is like later in that spring, I became friends with a lot of guys in that house.
That's sick.
So like, hey, why don't you come on over here?
I was actually recruited by Sig Nu. That was the only fraternity that because I wasn't going to rush. They actively recruited me and I had no idea. And I go, okay, cool. Like, I'll come to this event. And we go to the event and I'm like, oh, so what's the deal with the house? You guys got a house? And they're like, oh, no. We have not had a house on this campus.
And they had that house. That house was awesome.
It's a big house.
Yeah,
it's still awesome.
Really good.
Is it fully torn down yet?
I haven't checked in a while.
They built a building right next to it. I think it's a church. They built a church like right next to it or some sort of like service center. There was rumors my sophomore year that they were going to get that house back, that they were coming back and they were doing a lot of work. And then I think it just kind of fell apart. But isn't that the best though? That's just guys being dudes. You get into a $4,000 snowball fight and you almost, trade blows and then you end up being really, really good friends.